What's up, YouTubers? It's Lemark72 once again with the DIY boombox project I did a few months back. I just want to take a moment to thank all the viewers for commenting and requesting a schematic wiring diagram for this, but I thought it would be a lot more fun to do a video, so I'm just gonna do follow me how to wire video on this project. So without further ado, I'm not gonna take apart the box and the components of the box. I took out the wiring. I pre-gutted the wires out already on this, but I pretty much left the speakers, the bracket, the battery, and the switches on here. So and the wiring for the speakers and the amp is also hooked up. So I'm going to do the wiring from the switch, the two switches to the battery and to the voltmeter. Okay, so let's get started. First, I'd like to point out the switches that I bought, rocker switches from Radio Shack. They have the tabs right here. Bottom would be the power, middle would be the load, and at the top, which is brass, would be your ground. Okay, so we'll start with that. Ground first. I ran out of 12 gauge, so I used speaker wires. I believe they're 14 gauge. And actually it was more convenient than doing two separate 12 gauges, because these were together already, and I just connected the wire connectors there, and at the other end would be a loop wire connector there, and we're going to connect these two onto the brass tabs on the switches on both of them. So go ahead and connect that, then connect the other end to the ground screw right at the end of the bracket right there. Okay, next we're going to do the load on the left switch, which would be the load for the voltmeter. So I cut out a 12 gauge wire. You could pretty much just measure how much you need from the switch to the voltmeter to the ground. This wire right here comes with the voltmeter. I just spliced it and added the 12 gauge, one positive and one negative. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take the wire with the wire connector and connect it to the middle load on the switch on the left side, and then you follow that wire through. Go ahead and organize it. Connect the voltmeter connector to the voltmeter. Then you have your negative with the loop wire connector, and go ahead and connect that to the screw on the bracket, which will be your ground. Alright, so next would be the load on the second switch right here. I hope you guys can see that, for the amp. And the amp is still connected here. and speaker wires are still connected. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do that already, so I just left it on there. The wire that we're going to use is the wire that was on the AC adapter. I just cut it, spliced it, added my wires, positive and negative, positive, negative. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and plug this in to the amp. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug in the MP3 cable also, so I won't have to do that later on and take off the amp again. So we'll do it all at once. MP3 cable goes into the MP3 jack. Okay, so going back to the wire, we'll take our wire, take the amp, go ahead and place the amp where it needs to be. I put Velcro on the amp and the box, so it's a lot easier for me to take it on and off, and I think you'll find that very, very convenient for you guys if you guys do that instead of screwing it. The Velcro works great on this. So go ahead and stick that on. Now, here are the wires. We're going to connect the positive of that wire to the load on the switch in the middle right switch, like so. Okay, then we're going to take that negative, put it in the speaker wire, organize it, and go ahead and put it on that screw on the bracket. Okay, next will be the power, which would be this. This is your power from your switch to the battery, and 12 gauge wire, short one connected to wire connector to a long 12 gauge, and at the end of that you put a wire connector connected to the fuse, 10 amp fuse connected to a short 12 gauge wire with a wire connector on both ends. So we're gonna go ahead and connect these two to the power on the switch. Like so. Okay. Go ahead and organize that. And then we're going to connect the fuse with a 8-inch zip tie under the bracket over the wire connectors. Zip tie it. Zip tie it snug, not too tight, so it's right at the base of the wire connectors. Zip tie it nice and snug, not too tight, just snug, so you can move the wire connectors around just in case you need to, you know, replace that wire connector. You can move it. You have a little flexibility. Okay, so go ahead and cut that off, the excess. Okay. Now, last but not least, you have to make a short wire for your negative. So I put one wire connector on one end, one wire connector with a loop on the other end. Okay, so the loop part is going to sit on your negative screw right there. That's what's going to connect to your battery, your negative on your battery. Okay, and the wiring is pretty much done. You just need to screw this down on your negative. You screw the nut on the negative, on all those negative wires and loops that's on that screw. Okay, go ahead and screw that down nice and snug. Okay, hand tight. Everything is in place. Now, what you want to do is try to organize these wires so you can actually put the 4-inch zip ties in. Okay. That's pretty much self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure you guys can do that. And it's up to you where you want to put the zip ties and how far you want to space them out to make your wiring look cleaner. So it's your preference, yeah, matter, you know, of your preference where you want to put all the zip ties. But I like to put like maybe 3 or 4 on there just to get it nice and nice looking. Also, if you have black twisties, wire twisties, you can use those instead of using, you know, zip ties. If you don't have zip ties, you know, or even those white twisties, if you know, have like white wire, or you know, I prefer black because, you know, just looks good on there. Like I said, it's all in your preference, but you want to cut off the excess zip ties. Okay, so now, yeah, you got your zip ties all in place. Looks nice and clean now. I got these wire twisties. I was saying earlier, I use a couple of these for just the top. Okay, and just go ahead and hide them with the wire right there. And then another one up here. And hide them right there. Okay, So now all your wires are all nice and tight. Okay, then we got the MP3 cable here. You want to go ahead and plug that into the coupling. Now you want to go ahead and plug the negative wire here onto the battery, negative first, and then your positive next. Your fuse is there. Okay, pretty much everything's done, the wiring. Go ahead and close it up. Make sure your wires are not going to be caught in the edges here when you close it. Okay, it's done. Got my mic is Bluetooth. It's the receiver. Go ahead and plug that in to the coupling. Okay. Now go ahead and turn the voltmeter on. Volt reads 12.77. Go ahead and turn on the amp. Turn on your mic is Bluetooth. Okay. Turn your Bluetooth on. Okay. On your phone, connect the Micus mini jack. Oh, battery's going down on there. Okay, that's the sound that the battery is low on the Micus Bluetooth. I forgot to charge it. So I have an external battery here, portable external battery. Let's hook it onto my Bluetooth. Okay. Alrighty, now let's play some music. This charger right here, I got it from Harbor Freight and Tools, and it's the 1.5 amp charger. It's a 3-stage onboard battery charger. So this is what I use to charge the battery. Okay, so you can get it at the hardware store at Harbor Freight and Tools. It's cool because it has the LED lights on here, and it shows you if your battery's dead with a red LED, yellow for charging, and green for power. And when you charge this and it's charging, the green and the yellow will go on. So that means it's charging the battery. Once the yellow goes off, your battery is fully charged. And I just take off the connectors on the battery, the wire connectors, and then I connect these loop connectors on there with gator clips. And once the gator clips are in, I just go ahead and plug this in to the wall socket and just charge it. until that light comes off. And one thing good about this is it doesn't overcharge. It actually stops and just maintains the battery if your battery is already fully charged. So this is a good charger to have for your sealed lead acid battery. Okay, so I think I've covered everything that I needed to cover on this video. Hope you guys liked it, and I hope it you know, the wiring helped a lot for you guys to finish your projects. If not, just, you know, throw me a comment down here and go ahead and answer it as soon as I can. Pretty simple to wire that in. You know, just take your time and pay attention to what you're doing, and you'll do great. Okay, thanks for watching, YouTubers, and hope to see you soon.